That'll be for later.
Oh.
So,
Hey everyone.
here we are. It's Gourmet Scum Radio on the WARLOCK Home Video Network. Or wherever you're listening to this. In your car, in your shower, in your pool.
In your pool. Your pool.
That's it. My pool. Mine,
Your
Casey.
Walkman.
Your hot tub. Time machine.
Chris here.
And we have a special guest. A long-time listener, first-time guest.
The Joker.
The Joker himself, Joaquin Phoenix, is here.
That's right.
No, who are you?
I'm Carrie Elizabeth. No, oh, I'm sorry. Bobby Heckman.
Okay.
Bobby
Long-time friend
Heckman.
with these guys.
Bobby!
Bobby Heckman is here.
Yes.
We've known Bobby for
It's
almost 2
18
decades.
years.
I mean,
A dragon's age.
it's been a very long time.
Since it's going to be 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So,
1999.
he's a big geek. He's been in many of the movies throughout the low-budget pictures and WARLOCK Home Video times.
Yes.
And you are a longtime listener of Gourmet Scum Radio podcast.
I am the biggest
I don't know. Brandon Bennett may have.
Well, I don't know. He might have missed an episode or two. Not this guy.
Even
He's
if
listened to every episode.
Even if he hated everything we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And couldn't stand it and wanted to yell and cry and scream.
There was moments where I would, because I always listened to it on the way to work and the way back from work. And sometimes these guys just slam down on my dashboard. I'm like, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
This isn't the way that it is.
And I can't drive and skip ahead to
Yeah,
the end,
yeah.
you know, so I just listen to the whole thing.
Oh
And
man.
I actually enjoy every moment of it because I love these fellas.
Even when we hate the prequels.
Yes.
He's enjoying every
Every moment.
Every
moment.
moment.
He doesn't have anything to say about it.
I do have a kick of, you know, when you guys are like, you know, smashing on the prequels because it's just funny to me.
Do you read any of
The way you guys do.
Yeah. Do you read any of the books or the comics? Star Wars stuff?
No, because I kind of, I just don't have enough time in the day. I feel like, and I always felt that way, even when the original novels were coming out, like the Timothy Zahn novels and everything. I'm just like, I just want to be a visual Star Wars fan.
That's the way he is.
That's me.
Yeah, just
I tried it and I was
just give me
like,
the
you know what?
movies.
This is too much.
the TV shows and the TV movies,
The erotica.
the erotica. Give me the parodies. It's too much for me. I'm not a gamer, just like you. So if I played Star Wars games, I would never leave the house.
Well,
And do anything.
I mean, Battlefront, I did. You know, there's games that I do play, but not in any sort of
Yeah.
giant capacity, not at all. But
Yeah,
Battlefront's pretty.
it's too much for me. I just can't. So I would love to read. I mean, I've read a few of the comics and everything, and they seem fantastic. And listening to Jedi Council and everything, and they talk about
Collider Jedi Council, folks.
Collider. And even the Star Wars theory
For the
segments. That
50 people that are going to watch this.
including Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Bennett family, right?
The whole Bennett family.
The sisters and brothers.
I'm not sure if they watched this one, but I know they watched the other one.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just too much.
It's too much.
It's too much out
Well,
there.
that was good. That was Bobby Heckman, folks. Now we're
care,
going to talk
guys.
about.
Well, what we're gonna do a geek-centric news podcast episode. Geeky one. And
Us?
Bobby is that guy. I mean, he's wearing a Marvel
I am
shirt.
Mr. Marvel.
He is. We are going to talk about
Hey,
some
man,
D
his
things.
his
DC
nipple
things.
rings are the one ring to rule them all. Both of them.
Yes.
So that's how geeky he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing underoos,
I'm a Marvel nut, Star Wars
Yeah.
fan.
comic books.
Comic books I love. I could talk about Marvel comics for
S&M.
2 hours right now.
Well, we're going to talk a little
Fetish.
bit about it.
Fetish.
A little bit about it. Yeah. So first things first.
First things last.
First things last. Infinity War just came out on digital. It's due out next week on physical disc. But
Hold on, I'm reliving it right now.
He's playing it through his head.
I do it every day.
We saw, spoiler alert, as every episode. I hope you guys know this by now, but we're going to spoil everything that you've ever seen.
If you haven't seen Infinity War by now,
Well,
you are not a fan of... You're not a fan of anything.
Yeah. I would be shocked.
You don't like shitting
You don't like anything.
if you haven't seen Infinity War.
But in that movie, I was very excited that the Red Skull returned, and the Russos confirmed that now that the stone was taken from Vormir, that the Red Skull is free from his duties. So I know you don't care as much, but maybe Bobby, what would you like to see the Red Skull do in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, he's got to confront Captain America at some point, I imagine. But I don't know if it'll. I don't think it'll happen in Infinity War Part 2.
No.
I think they're just.
I don't think that.
They're gonna wrap everything
Yeah,
up
yeah.
in that movie.
Cap is gone.
Yeah. Cap is gone.
He is. Cap's gone.
What do you mean Cap's gone? Where is he?
He's dead. He's gonna die in this one. In the next one, for sure.
I think it's gonna be a
Cap
happy
is out.
ending. I don't know. That's it.
It'll be a happy ending with some sad consequences, Bobby. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
All right.
You'll see.
I actually don't think it's going to be a happy ending either. I don't think it's going to be as sad as what we just saw, and I think Thanos will get beat, but as far as happy goes, I think it's like...
There might be
It's
some
heavy.
lives lost,
It's
but
heavy.
I think it will be...
a lighter note.
They're gonna wrap up. I feel like this is the end of the huge...
It is.
So
10-year
Iron Man's
journey.
gone,
I think
Cap's
Iron Man's
gone.
I don't think
Thor?
they're gonna die. I think it's just gonna end with like a very heroic,
Yeah.
they're all alive, everything's good, and then we're gonna start the new era.
So naive.
And
So
then,
naive.
okay, alright, it's fine.
So Red Skull may show up later on, fighting a different
Captain America.
A Falcon run Captain America, like you did in the comics?
Or a Bucky Captain
Or a
America.
Bucky.
I'd rather see a Bucky.
But it could be maybe just another actor playing.
I don't feel like they'll do
It won't be that soon.
That soon.
I don't think it won't
I think
be
we're
that
a
soon.
while
No,
away
no.
from that.
No, they'll play with other characters
Yeah.
before,
They have
recasting or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly think it's going to be a somewhat happy ending.
Well, let's talk about happy
Yeah, I
endings.
think it'll be happy but sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the consequences will be heavy,
Right.
but they'll win the day.
I mean, if it's following, I know they're just kind of picking from the Infinity Gauntlet, one of my favorite stories of all time that I've read multiple times.
You have a nice
And this is
statue.
like half, my prized possession, the Infinity Gauntlet statue I've had for like 12 years or something like that. If they're kind of following that story, this Infinity War was almost like the first half. And if they go the rest of the way, it's, whoever gets the gauntlet. Spoilers in the comic. Nebula gets it first,
Right.
brings everybody back to life, and then it's passed on to Adam Warlock, which isn't introduced
Right.
in these.
Captain Marvel.
But Captain Marvel will be introduced and will probably take on some of the things that Adam Warlock did in the comic.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what I thought. But I also think two of them are gone. I think two of them are dead.
Who?
Captain America and Iron
Captain-
Man.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think they're gone.
Alright.
So,
I think they're sacrificing. I think they're gonna. That's the
Okay.
end of their tale.
but none of the others. None of the other originals.
I think Thor is gonna go off and be Odin somewhere. I
Okay.
think he's gonna do what they did in the comics, and he's gonna rebuild Asgard over like
Oklahoma.
You
Yeah.
know, I really do. I think.
I'm okay with that. I'm
I think
100% okay with
Yeah.
that.
I'm never concerned about the gods like Loki and
I think
Thor,
Thor
like
is-
dying
well,
because they
good
can
go.
they can always be reborn from the belief
But
of like humans believing
think
in gods. you
To
know.
impact the 10 years, I
Yes.
think the two biggies are gone.
And that's it. No one else.
I mean, I'm sure somebody else will die, but who's going to care? You know what I mean? I'm talking about
Right.
have a
Yeah.
giant
Just an
impact
actual,
on the...
like,
Well, we all know Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Everybody else.
Those guys are all back.
I even think Gamora's going to come back because she was sacrificed to get the Soul Stone.
Oh, I think
In the
I
comics,
think she'll come back.
she goes inside the Soul
Yeah,
Stone.
yeah, yeah. No, I think she'll
and then
be
later
back.
comes out.
Black
So it's
Panther, or not Black
Oh.
Panther, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if she.
I
well,
feel like that movie's gonna be a prequel.
it is a prequel. It is
with
gonna be
her
a
and
prequel.
Hawkeye.
So she could go,
Yeah.
but again,
Is that a
that's not
definite
going to
thing,
have
though?
a major impact. The movie is happening.
Well,
The
that's
Black
a
the
Widow.
Black
Panther-
Widow.
Yeah, the
Hawkeye
Black
Widow.
Widow movie is happening.
Okay.
Well, then let's talk a little bit about speculation more. The Fox deal is a deal. It's a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
So will we see anything in this next movie?
If I had those properties,
Because you got the time now.
yes, and if I had the properties of X-Men, which a
If
freaking
you
1,000
did.
characters right there. If I was running Marvel Studios, I would hold off on using them for just a few years.
You wouldn't even have. Well, that's crazy talk. For a few years,
Just like
if you own the X-Men, you know what I was. If I was Kevin Feige, I'd go. I would already have had a group of story writers going. This is happening.
oh yeah, no,
And
have
I'd say,
that
how
going
do
on.
we weave them in?
Well, as long as it's.
I
We'll
wouldn't
see.
wait until 2021 and
No,
show your
but-
first look at them. No.
I would. Just take a break. You have so many other characters to play with right now. Like,
Two of them are
like
gone.
after the Infinity War Part 2 or finale or whatever they're going to call it, like, they'll have a Black Panther 2, a Spider-Man
Well, remember how they released that
2.
those 10 dates, I think,
Yeah,
but they didn't release what everything is.
right.
Other than we know there's a Black Panther 2, and we know Spider-Man, and we know Doctor Strange, and we know Black Widow, but other than that, we
Like,
don't.
that's already enough.
No.
Just keep that for a couple of years, and then, like,
Yeah, but Marvel doesn't.
2022
Marvel's
or
20
something.
steps ahead of all of us. They don't look at it 2 years. They look at 10, and they go, "This is how this is gonna happen." They have to.
Yeah.
Well, again, I think they're just going to plant seeds.
Yeah.
So there could be a kernel for Fantastic Four or X-Men
At the end
at
of
the
one of
end
the
of
movies.
these movies. Yeah, just a kernel.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a kernel, and then a popcorn, and then
3 years from that first kernel.
I think I
I would say
That's
that.
what I mean.
For
Like,
that, then
after-
yes.
Like after Black Panther 2 or after Spider-Man 2 or something, like they just give a little hint of X-Men or Fantastic Four or whatever, and then
And you want to see at the end, Schnick.
Schnick.
Just at the just
Schnickety schnick schnick. Yes.
No,
no,
no, that's not gonna happen.
that's cheesy.
They won't do that anyway.
No, they wouldn't.
I would like to see them start the X-Men movie without any kind of Wolverine at all, just to see, just to play with
wouldn't be
those first
surprised if they
characters.
do that.
Those
they
first
do-
like 5 or 6 X-Men, like
Because
just
if they're going to do it right, they got to leave.
If they go
Wolverine
back
out a little
if
bit.
they go back to like the original, like the
Right.
60s, and,
That's what I
and
mean.
do it that way, then I would be 100% okay with it. But then you'll just do your own Wolverine.
yeah.
Just do it like that.
I mean-
Wolverine has his own movie. The X-Men have their own movie, and then 2-3 movies in, then
I
then
mean,
he joins.
I would still. I mean, if they're going to use Beast because he's one of those first X-Men characters, I would like evolve him really quickly, just kind of like they did in First Class, because he looks cooler as a blue furry guy than like
Of course he does,
than just
but-
a weird,
Right.
white
Right.
pudgy guy. I don't know.
Would you rather see X-Men before Fantastic Four?
I don't know.
I think they're going to do Fantastic Four before X-Men.
Maybe. I do love the X-Men, and there's lots of characters that I love that are in the X-Men, but I'm just more into the Avengers.
Because they have
characters
more
and
to
everything.
prove.
They have what?
They have more to prove with Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has been good X-Men movies.
Right.
So I think for Marvel Studios, they want to be like, look what we're going to do.
Yeah.
This is how you fucking do a Fantastic Four movie. So I think they're going to do that first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased. I love the Silver Surfer, so I like the Silver Surfer one. So, because they told that story right. So
To be honest with you, I actually don't hate that movie. I don't
fun.
hate those movies.
No.
Like,
I don't like Doctor Doom in it, but I like Doctor Doom towards the end of the Silver Surfer one because he's all doomed out and using kicking ass
Powers
and
stuff.
pulling mountains down and stuff like that. I mean,
Right.
it's some good stuff there.
It's been a long time since I saw it, but I do agree. I think that it would.
Well, and all the
Fantastic
characters
Four
are
first.
exactly like the characters in that movie. Just people don't like Jessica Alba but they are those characters.
Oh,
I mean, Johnny and the Thing are exactly like the characters from the comics. So I don't know what fans complain about so much, but
I played.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, because you're a comic book guy, Fantastic Four comes back this week. You gonna read it?
No,
You're not?
no, and I'll tell you why.
It's been like 4 years.
Well, that's fine, but I'm not getting roped into buying another issue 1 from Marvel. As much as I love Marvel,
Good luck with that.
yeah, every couple
if you
of
plan on being a fan, unfortunately.
but every couple of years they go back to number 1 to drive up sales or whatever the reason. I am still reading Marvel up to now, but I just buy them in the trades in the books. I just rather do that. Like when the Secret Wars thing happened a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And they were going to reboot all the titles to number 1. They were going to start over. It was the end of the Marvel Universe, but it wasn't the end. They just picked up right where they left off.
Yeah.
Because Marvel, since 1961, has never rebooted. They've rebooted with issue 1s, but they always picked up the story where they last left off. When they rebooted.
Other than the Ultimate Universe.
Well, the Ultimate, that's a different universe.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
that's a whole new.
No, I got
That's a whole
you.
other thing.
Yeah, it's
But I'm just going to continue buying the
Right.
trades of the characters that I love. Main events, I buy all the main events, like Secret Empire.
even the tie-ins.
Secret. No. Not all the tie-ins. But if it's a Civil War 2, something like I
Yeah.
read Civil War 2, and then
I read that.
a few of the tie-ins.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I like the story enough,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, all right, what is Spider-Man's side of the story? What is the Avengers side of the story? What is whoever's side of the story? Those I'll buy. So, but I won't buy but all the events I have to read because I just want to keep up to date with what's going on overall.
I fell off.
You fell off?
Secret Wars did it.
Okay.
Secret Wars was, and I read them all, and I bought most of the tie-ins. And
The
then I
9-issue
this
Civil Wars
is,
thing?
and it took so long to come out.
Oh, it took
And I go, I can't do this again. And I did read Civil War 2. I did read it. But, since then, because then they did it again. That number 1 thing again. And I go, you know what?
Yeah.
F it.
Get frustrated.
I can't do it. So, there's a little... I can't even remember the last Marvel book I read. Thor I read, because it's amazing. But...
Right. Thor I still have to catch up with. I haven't read...
But it's been
The
Jason
Jane
Aaron
Fo-
since forever.
I haven't read what happened to Jane Foster
Oh,
yet.
wow.
So,
Nothing good.
because I haven't had money. Nothing good.
Yeah.
Nothing quite good happened.
Didn't end in a happy way.
It didn't end like how Infinity War is going to end.
All right, moving on. We all know that James Gunn got fired for some
Ugh.
inflammatory remarks a decade ago.
The guy's from Trauma. What do you expect him to say? He says
Yeah, it was stupid.
offensive, goofy stuff online. And
Right.
he doesn't mean any of it.
Well, plus he's since apologized for it without Disney saying you gotta apologize. It's he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. He owned up to it. 10 years ago or 6 years ago when he owned up to it, and it's okay, really, guys? Now you're gonna go all the way back? It's pretty evil. But
right.
Batista in particular, or Drax, came out and said that he's contractually obligated to finish Guardians 3, but he's pretty nauseated at even having to deal with the company.
Yeah.
I wonder what is the most offensive thing that James Gunn said. I read a bunch of them, and I'm just oh, this is stuff that
I know, but
they're horrible
if you
things.
follow what he was doing, it was ripping into another person who was. You have to follow the whole thing. There's a
I
string
didn't
of
follow.
it.
I only saw
It wasn't him just coming out and doing it.
Yeah.
There was a reason why he was doing it.
Oh. All right. Well, then,
To
my
bash
mistake.
somebody
And
else.
yes, and it was poking holes in what this other creep was doing. it was a whole thing, but
Okay.
still, James Gunn is a provocateur, and he always
He is.
has been. So
Yeah.
like, he apologized back then, and they still hired him.
Right.
He still shot those movies. He was still at Disney. You know, what do you do? It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
It is
but
ridiculous.
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
don't know.
He's fine. Like, even when it happened, everyone was like flipping out. I was just like, he'll get a job.
He'll still get hired.
Yeah, he's gonna get a
I mean,
job
he's not
like
Josh
that.
Trank. You know what I mean?
Somebody's
Like,
gonna hire him.
Yeah.
If Mel Gibson can still work,
well, plus he's made like $2 billion movies.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
gonna
what I
be
mean?
another studio swiping him up, and he's gonna make another movie.
Probably
So
work for DC now.
right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just like
at
Joss
that,
did.
You know,
Wouldn't
like
be surprised
whatever.
if DC started grabbing a lot. Well, they grabbed Josh Whedon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as far as comics though, like now they have Bendis and they're grabbing like writers too. That's right. The comics. But.
Yeah, well, I know you're not a DC fan, but the comics have been consistent.
The
And that's the
Rebirth
one
stuff?
thing that DC has way over Marvel right now is it hasn't been switching writers every couple weeks.
Not
for
going back
some
to issue
titles.
1 every 5
I
seconds.
mean, not to say that DC doesn't do it too. They did it. They did it with New 52. But to your point, New 52 was new stories.
right.
It wasn't the continuation. It was we're starting new. They didn't
But
forget.
they didn't wipe out the
They
history,
didn't wipe
though.
out the history, but they just really took those characters. Same thing with Rebirth. They just kind of said, "That's cool. We did it for 52 issues. It was great. Now we're gonna go do something new, different
They
writers."
all do it.
Right.
It's ridiculous to me. I don't get it.
But they didn't start number ones again.
I know, but
Right.
all those comic books, they just fucking do it, and they're gonna do it again.
Well, I mean, for 75 years, like, what do you
It's
do?
gonna be ridiculous.
Like-
No, well then don't poke fun at one and then not the other. They all fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's all ridiculous.
Mm.
You know. It's
Um,
silly. It's silly.
So anywho, James Gunn should be fine.
It's gonna be just
James-
fine.
Just fine.
Just fine.
So we heard that there was going to be Iron Fist season 2 coming out in September. Then we got announced that Daredevil season 3 is also coming out this year. So all 4 of
Which
the
is
Defenders.
fantastic.
Very exciting about Daredevil.
Yeah. Love it. Can't wait.
When will we get the preview for that? I wonder.
Doesn't matter.
Do we know anything about like any villains that might
Bullseye.
pop up?
It's coming.
Bullseye's popping up?
Bullseye's
It's coming.
he's the dude.
That's all that
Alright.
matters.
Sounds good.
I think like his mom's in it, and
She had none.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, you know, to me, Daredevil is the best.
Yeah.
Punisher was
Yeah.
very close.
Very
second.
close.
But
Punisher
Daredevil,
was
I've
fantastic.
I read all his comic. You know, I read a lot when I was a kid, and
Mhm.
I think they're very consistent with the tone and the pacing and being
right.
close to the comics. Unlike Iron Fist, which is coming out, and it was announced today that Luke Cage is not going to be in any of the episodes.
Oh, in any of the episodes. I thought you were gonna say it wasn't gonna be a season 3.
No. What?
Yeah. What?
I would be okay. I don't.
You know what I would like? I would actually prefer
Get
like.
some new heroes.
Heroes to hire.
Yeah.
Heroes. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean new heroes?
Let's get some new heroes.
Well, that's why I thought Luke Cage season 2 spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched.
Yeah, we're just everything's a
Right.
spoiler.
Everything's a spoiler. I thought it was leading up to Heroes for Hire, and then they would just like not make a season 3 of all the shows except for Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then they would just have Heroes for Hire and have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones be all, and Misty Knight, of course,
And Colleen,
and Colin.
Daughters of the Dragon.
There you go. There's enough like this.
Well, no,
5-6 people that
we've
you
talked about it too because it's like combine them
Heroes
and
for
then
Hire.
bring in Moon Knight and bring in Blade.
Well,
and
give
bring
Moon Knight
in
a-
like bring
Give
in some
Moon
other
Knight a
people.
first season and then throw him in Heroes of Fire.
Well, no, I don't
No.
need them all to be in
Just
Heroes
talking
of Fire.
about-
But just like they did with Punisher, they introduced him in season 2, and then he
Right.
got his own series. So introduce someone else, combine those 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I'm sorry, they're not good enough to stand on their own. They need to be together in order to
Power Men.
They do. It's just it's not. Neither one of them are as
That-
captivating.
That one episode though, in Luke Cage, where
Exactly.
they like I could see them becoming friends and influencing each
That's
other.
what we need. To see
Yeah.
that for a season would be awesome. To
Yeah.
see that to fight off of each other like they did in that episode,
was
using
great.
each other.
That was great. I thought it was That's what I mean. Like, do Iron Fist season 2, and then if you're gonna do Luke Cage and Iron Fist, just have it be a Luke Cage and Iron Fist show.
Yeah. Here's right.
No.
With Daughters of the Dragon. Did you guys watch Cloak and Dagger?
No, but I want
skip
to.
it.
And I started Runaways. Runaways was really good. Well, I watched the first 2 episodes, but I'm waiting for my wife to get around to having free time so we could continue it. But the first 2 episodes, fantastic.
And it moved, right? It's not going to be on Hulu next season, I think. It's going to go to Freeform where Cloak and Dagger is.
Really?
Which means there could be a crossover.
Could be, but I recommend at least watching the first 2 episodes of Runaways, see if it grabs you. It grabbed me.
I heard both shows are actually good. So.
I like Cloak and Dagger in the comics, so I'm going to definitely check it out. I watch, you throw Marvel on there, I'm watching it. So, that's what it...
It's rough.
Even though Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is rough, I wish the entire run of that series was cut in half. Like, just... Because, like, that's a show that needs to be 10 episodes a season. Because there's so much filler and it just goes... Man, do they stretch storylines.
That's why I stopped watching. I just couldn't, I could not take it.
I was almost considering skipping a few episodes, but the OCD in me needs to watch it.
Man.
But there's some, it's weird. It's like there's a great episode and then 2 mediocre episodes. And then an episode.
So never watch
and then a great
just
episode.
Don't watch that show.
Yeah.
Or watch the
I thought it was over,
the
but
recaps.
they're doing a finale, last 13 episode next year. And I'm like, ugh.
Wrap it up.
I gotta wrap it up. I gotta watch it. Agent Carter now? That was a fantastic show. I loved it.
We'll never see that again.
7 episodes for the first season. They were all tight. Told the story well. Haley Atwell is gorgeous, so she's beautiful to look at. Season 2, fantastic. I think it was 10 episodes, so altogether 17 episodes. Boom, solid.
But it doesn't end, right?
There's an ending.
Oh, there is?
This is a good enough finale
Okay.
to be like, I'm fine with that. Cool. That's the end of her story. You know what happens to her.
Right.
She grows to almost 100 years old and creates S.H.I.E.L.D. and
She's badass.
she's badass.
So over on the Sony camp of Marvel, it looks like they have Richard Wank is going to be penning a Craven movie. He did Expendables movie, Equalizer, Magnificent Seven.
I still got to see those Equalizer movies.
Me too.
They look good.
First one's good. I didn't see 2 yet, but first one's good. Any desire to see a Craven movie?
Like Craven the Hunter?
Yeah.
No.
No. Not all the Spider-Mans in it.
Yeah, if there's no Spider-Man.
Like, if you don't hunt Spider-Man, then you don't exist.
Who is he hunting?
I don't know.
If not
Rhino?
Spider-Man.
I don't
Venom.
know. You know
Venom?
What I mean? Gosh. Sony, I know you're watching. Just stop making these Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's useless. Useless. One of my favorite comics ever, Why the Last Man, is coming to FX.
Ooh.
And they confirmed that Ampersand the monkey will be CGI. You guys have not read that, so.
I have read that.
You read it?
I read all 60 issues.
Did you love it?
I loved it.
Okay, cool.
It's one of the few, actually it's the only Vertigo series, Vertigo, right?
Yep.
It's the only Vertigo series I read from beginning to end. I thought it was fantastic. As I was reading it, when it first came out, I was like, this should be a series.
So are you excited about the show?
I'm totally excited about it.
So Diane Lane and his mom, and then we got the CGI monkey.
Sounds good.
Pumped.
I'm good.
Um,
As long as they, like, I don't know, I just hope it kind of just, it's 60 issues. Just make that show.
I mean,
I guess give the twists and turns.
yeah,
So people that have read the story can't predict what's going to happen.
yeah.
But, like, make it come around to, like, that was a good finale
Did you watch Preacher
for the show.
or read?
I had never read Preacher or seen the show.
So Preacher and Why Last Man are my 2 favorite comics, and Preacher does not stick. I mean, Walking Dead as well does not stick to the series,
Right.
but it's still good.
Right.
It still goes off. It still does its own thing, but it's still
I like that. As
consistent.
long as you have the feel of the material.
yeah. It's good enough. All right, so we're going to move on to Die Hard news. They're going to be working on possibly a Die Hard Year One, starring Bruce Willis and then a younger version of Bruce Willis in flashbacks. I know, but it got brought up again.
Weird.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
Yeah. Sorry, Bruce.
Bruce.
Sorry, Bruce.
Sorry, Bruce.
Sorry, Mr. Willis.
Now, if there was a year one of Blind Date,
Well, did I write that?
moonlighting prequel.
Someone wrote. No, there's supposed to be a Blind Date reboot. I don't think I wrote it on here, but I did read that.
I don't. Yeah.
So stupid.
What? Uh-oh. Someone's calling about Blind Date. Someone's gonna greenlight that.
That's right.
Okay. Moving over to DC. Matt Reeves talks Batman. It's supposed to be a noir-driven story.
It's all talk.
I don't care.
I don't care. It's another I don't care episode.
It is.
Brought to you by Gourmet Scum.
All this talk, blah, blah, blah.
Matt Reeves did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, right?
Did the last two.
He did the last two.
Oh, I'm a fan. Okay.
Yeah, he's great, but, you know, I just don't care about talk anymore. I don't care.
Wants to see it in action.
Yeah, I just want to see something. I just don't care about the
Show
talk.
me.
Blah, 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 blah. Batman this, Batman that. In a way, I don't even buy it. I don't buy it. I don't believe it.
Mm.
I believe he's doing it. Whether it makes, you know, magic and turns into an actual movie, that remains to be seen.
He comes out with another Apes movie. That's what he's been doing
it's
the
just
whole
DC.
time.
They're so,
Yeah.
they are not a solid group over there.
So when I say that they're also working on a Supergirl movie, which
Are they?
It just got announced today.
Oh, I wonder.
Do you guys watch Supergirl?
30 other
Okay.
properties that they are working on?
As well as Black Adam
Power
starts
Girl?
filming next year.
Yeah.
Wait.
I
Who's the
don't
one that you
care.
like? Power Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be excited about that unless they 100% were like, it's greenlit and
Starring
it's actually,
Angela White.
and it's happening and we are actually shooting it. We're on set and we're shooting it. Then I'd be like, oh, cool. But right now it's all gobbledygook. It's all yapping. It's them yapping. It's them throwing things out.
Mm.
Do you think it's the studios, or do you think it's like...
Just to see what people...
How
people
or
react
is it
to
like a PR person who just is like leaking it? I mean,
it's all of it.
yeah.
I think they
But
just-
their minds can be changed the next week. Like, you know, or...
Yeah, where's Birds of Prey? Where's Gotham City Sirens? Where's all that shit? There's nothing. There's zero. There is zero.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Right.
I think they're
Where's
just...
the fucking Robin movie or whatever?
Nightwing.
Where's Nightwing?
Batgirl,
What the fuck?
Cyborg,
That's not
Green
happening.
Lantern.
None of
They're
that
just
shit.
trying to get reactions out of...
They're
See the
ridiculous
feedback
over there.
of, like, people online.
And I'm
How
excited
excited
for
they'll be.
Shazam, but that has a trailer. That was shot.
Did this thing just talk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might have said you're no.
So that's, I just don't care. Until I see it. Until I see a Batman that's
Where's the
gonna excite
Boba
me.
Fett movie?
Ugh.
I don't want to see
I
that
don't want to
either.
see
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's hard
Three
to
hardcore Star Wars fans just said, we don't want to
But
see a Boba
I
Fett
don't.
movie.
You say Bounty Hunter? Yeah, I want to see a Bounty Hunter movie, but a Boba Fett movie? I don't give a shit.
If you said Boba Fett and the Bounty Hunters,
Well, I'm sure
then
he's
yes,
in it. You know,
I would see that.
But it was just straight up like, let's make a Boba Fett movie.
It's
boring.
it's hard to get excited about some of these DC announcements because until you actually do see someone in a costume running around on set, it's just an announcement.
Yeah, where's the Flash movie?
Where's the 15
that was
Joker
announced
movies?
5 years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, the Joker movies they're planning.
Which is,
Bananas.
that's just so weird.
It is.
I don't know, man.
So do you watch Supergirl, Bobby?
I don't.
Oh, okay. I just asked. Okay.
But I have been interested in the few pieces of episodes I've watched. And I watched The Flash. That's the only one I watch. I did watch almost the whole first season of Legends of Tomorrow, which I heard got way better than the first season. But
It does.
I got tired of, I don't know, the story and the characters of Legends of Tomorrow. I couldn't stand Captain Cold or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
Oh my
I
god.
hated him.
My favorite is my favorite's Captain Cold. But he's off the show now. Anyway.
Well, good for you.
Yeah,
His and his brother.
He's so. Over
He
the
talks
top.
like that.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
At the end of every line. And I'm like, oh my god, stop talking. But if you like that, that's awesome. But when they did the crossover stuff, so you had to watch Supergirl, Arrow, then I was kind of interested.
Those
but-
crossovers are fun.
Yeah, well, I want to see Crisis. I still haven't watched that.
Oh
Crisis
yeah, that
one.
was fun. Yeah, that was good.
But I was like, you know what? I'm not a DC fan. I do love The Flash. I loved Smallville when it was on. But I am very happy for DC fans because it's like, that's great. Every night of the week
TV
there's like
is
except
the
for
best
Friday.
time.
Right? Yeah, it's for TV.
Yeah.
I'm very
They're killing it.
behind
on
on
TV.
those shows.
One season behind in Flash.
Well, it's all on Netflix. Luckily, they
Oh.
put them out. Like,
And I have the
I'll
CW.
kick back in again,
Okay.
but it was so repetitive.
Yeah,
The same things were happening on each episode, on each series. I was just like,
yeah. Well, a friend of mine said something about the Flash this past season. Like he would text me angry messages. This is what prevented me from watching the Flash this season because he would get pissed off at something that happens in the episode. Not every episode, but like every
Yeah.
few episodes. And then he would text me like, "What the issue?" He's like, "The guy could run to China in 6 seconds, but he can't save somebody that's from here to over there." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "It's so inconsistent when it comes to the running stuff." I don't know.
I turn my brain off when I watch those because it's like obviously, but
I don't know. Did that really happen? Did he run to China to get Chinese food for him and what's her name?
no, I don't. Maybe I don't think he did. I don't think he did that.
All right, I don't know.
I mean, all of those shows.
Maybe he was just trying to get me to watch the show to see
Right.
if that happens.
I will say that most of these network shows really do need to be 13 episodes. Like, that's what I liked about the first season of Riverdale. I can't remember, was the second season the full 24 episodes?
they're long.
But I actually didn't even think about it with Riverdale because it's engaging. But most of these shows could really just 13 episodes and just bang it out.
You know what I think it is now is like the quality of the TV shows are so like high now.
Yeah.
Like they all look like movies, and just the way they're shot, like there's such quality to them now. Like you want that in every single. I don't know. It's just quality over quantity. So like make solid 13 episodes. Don't drag storylines on forever, and there could be a lot of great TV shows, and they could all be 10 to 13 episodes, and you won't mind rewatching them over
Right.
and over again.
I mean, I
But
don't
like
need
when
it-
they stretch to 24 episodes
Yeah.
nowadays, it's like I don't know.
It's just when you watch things like Stranger Things and some of these shows on Netflix where they're not 24 episodes. They're just this is it. It's an
8-hour great movie.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I get it because you're on the CW. You're stuck doing that, but I'd rather, especially with those DC shows.
You know what? You don't have to be stuck doing it like that, though. You could do 13 episodes, have that Christmas break, and have a new 13-episode storyline. And together, they're 26 episodes.
I was thinking
But
just if you're gonna keep introducing characters, because like next season they want to introduce Batwoman, and have her have a show, and they just introduce Black Lightning. Either you need to cut these other shows out, or just say 13 episodes Arrow, and then here's Batgirl for 13 episodes. And like that's just, if you're gonna keep making this a giant DC universe on that channel, just bring in new characters and cut these seasons in half. Ugh, it's too much quantity. Anyway, all that to say, there's an Elf reboot in the works. Elf. What do you think?
Well, I was excited.
I was excited as well. Alf is my
Especially if they do it the way that one of the rumors was.
What's the rumor?
I haven't heard anything
I
about
haven't heard
this.
all I read is
I've
the
been
title.
like,
I guess
not
there was
wanting-
a couple of pitches,
Okay,
and they were investigating a few, like 2 of them.
hit me
But
with these
one of
pitches.
them-
Go ahead.
It continues from the original series.
From the
How
Tanner
did,
family.
how did it end?
Not the Tanner family, but
Well,
from
he
where
was
Elf,
left off at the military
where
base?
Elf is. It continues from there.
In the
Okay.
military base?
And it goes So it doesn't have anything to do with Willie or any of those guys.
Well,
but it goes on to his future. So it doesn't cut any continuity.
That's beautiful. I love that.
But then the other
Obviously,
one
that's
is
a
they
better
just
idea.
straight up
Reboot it.
do the whole thing again.
I don't want to reboot.
And
If
you
he's
never
the same
know.
character, like living nowadays, like he's been here the entire since 1986.
Well, that's
he's
the
just
thing.
been
They
living
said
here.
that the show would be about him acclimating to what it is now in 20 whatever.
Like he gets out of the base and then
Give
he
him a new
realizes
family to live
it's
with.
yeah,
2018.
yeah. So
2018, give him a new family to live with. That take him in, that maybe rescue him from the military base or something
Yeah.
if they were going to start.
What network would you want to see it on?
well, who owns it? It's ABC, right?
Is it?
Or it's NBC. It's NBC.
NBC.
Brandon Tartikoff. NBC.
That's right.
NBC
So not-
owns it, so they
Not
own
Showtime.
it. No, I mean
No,
it's an
don't
NBC
have
show.
Alf
Reboot.
cursing. I mean, you
Yeah.
can definitely see Alf cursing.
You could see Elf person.
Yeah.
I mean, by
But
now
it'll
he'd
be
be
a-
300 years
No,
old. So
it'll be NBC.
Okay.
WB.
Alf is my favorite sitcom. I
Really?
just smile every episode.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Well, Seinfeld's fantastic, but Alf, there's a special place in the 10-year-old me that like I'm just smiling and I still watch it now and I find
pick a
different
lot of
things
shows over
or
Seinfeld
yeah.
for me. Seinfeld's good, but I like a lot of shows more than I like Seinfeld.
I actually like Curb Your Enthusiasm maybe more than Seinfeld.
Well, I'm not even going to disagree with that. I guess I can't think about sitcoms because I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched one. That wasn't from 20 years, literally 20 years ago. You know, and maybe
They haven't been as
I don't
good.
like. I don't consider like Parks and Rec a sitcom because it's not filmed
it
in front
is,
of a live studio audience.
but it
That's
still
what I
is
think of a
considered-
sitcom.
Well, that's you're talking about family sitcoms then, like like.
But that's Elf. Elf is a family sitcom.
It is,
I mean, Seinfeld is
but
not.
Parks and Rec is like that's an adult sitcom.
I don't even
Yeah, it is. Like
Yeah.
Seinfeld was a sitcom. They're all sitcoms.
Right.
Fucking Will and Grace, all that
But
shit.
but I'm saying like when I think sitcoms, I think here's a set, here's a studio watching these people act out in front
Well,
of a
that's
set.
just a sitcom in front of a live studio.
But that's how I think of sitcom. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
about Parks and Rec as being a sitcom, or
Okay.
or The Office or any of that. So like I can't tell you the last time I watched a family,
Sitcom?
in their normal everyday
the
you know.
Goldbergs.
Okay.
No, well, the Goldbergs isn't in front of a live audience.
I know, but it's a sitcom.
It is a sitcom, yeah.
Okay, then the Goldbergs would be the one probably. That
But
I
yes,
would consider.
I haven't watched.
Big Bang Theory.
That's in front
I
of a live
fell off of
audience.
that.
I know, but that's definitely a sitcom.
That is a sitcom,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But Alf is my favorite, and then Family Ties and Perfect Strangers right after that. Those are my top 3 favorite sitcoms.
So if Elf gets
Oh.
rebooted, you're excited.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm
If I
giving
don't like
it
it, I
a
don't
shot.
like it. I won't
Well,
watch
remember
it.
they did that Muppet show, and like that just failed, unfortunately.
But I love it.
I liked it.
That was
That was
good.
great.
It was.
Man, why do they do these things?
Where's the season of that?
On
Yeah.
disc. I don't know.
I don't think it
I'm
is.
shocked that they have it. It's Disney. I don't know.
Disney, usually just puts out everything.
Anyone watch Star Trek? Care about Jean-Luc Picard coming back?
I think it's cool.
But what is he coming back on? He's
It's
not
a
coming
new show.
on. So it's going to be Next Generation continuing.
It's a new Star Trek show.
He's not going to be on Discovery.
No,
He's
he's
going to
not
be
on
on his
Discovery.
own show.
Okay. So I'm excited for it. I actually like all the Star Trek shows, but I haven't seen Discovery because
It's on the CBS.
I don't
network.
have that.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like
I hear
waiting.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I heard
A
it's
lot of
good.
hardcore don't like it, but
But a lot of hardcore don't like the J.J. Abrams ones, and I think they're far superior to the old ones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
actually didn't become a Star Trek fan until like I was like 33 years old or something. Like I'd like a few of the movies that I was, like Star Trek 3 and 4 and stuff growing up. And then Next Generation, like that first Generations movie and First Contact I liked. But then like when I was like in my almost mid-30s, I think it was when that JJ one came out. 2009?
Yeah.
All right, so when that was coming out, or was going to come out,
10
like,
years ago.
like about a year before that, I said, you know what? Let me watch all the Star Trek movies. And then I started getting into it, and then I started watching Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Watched every episode. Oh, and what I did is I bought those packs that had like the time travel episodes or the Borg episodes.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
I bought
yeah.
the time travel and the Borg, and like, so I can get a taste
Feel,
of like
yeah.
Voyager and Deep Space Nine and stuff. And I totally fell in love with it. Voyager, I love Star Trek.
Captain
Voyager.
Janeway.
I was addicted. Like
Love that
every day when I came home from work, I was like, I need to watch Voyager, like 2
Yeah.
episodes, and then I just
Yeah.
Then I went back to the original series, watched every single episode, all the way through Enterprise, and it's good.
My family's huge Star Trek fans, like my aunts and uncles, and I've always been the Star Wars guy. And,
I'm a Star Wars guy first.
No, I am. But it's funny because I've seen every Star Trek thing. I just don't think about it, but I've seen them all. And my wife's a big Star Trek fan. But Picard...
Sorry, I haven't watched the animated series from the 70s of Star Trek.
That.
Didn't watch that.
And I've only seen a handful of the 60s ones because I just don't care. Like, they're not bad.
There's a lot of smart...
There is.
Good stuff.
There is.
With the old series, I feel like... Don't curse me out, Star Trek fans, but, you know. But I feel like there's... Like, it's a third really good episodes, a third okay episodes, and there's a third like of just...
Tribbles.
Just bad. No, Tribbles is actually a good
Trouble
episode.
with Tribbles.
The Trouble with Tribbles is actually a good episode. But in the third season of that first Star Trek series, there's terrible episodes.
Well, I'm not going back.
Like just weird.
Yeah, but I will go forward with
Stuff.
Jean-Luc, and I like that Patrick
Jean-Luc is
Stewart's
great.
on board. He's probably very excited about it.
Jean-Luc and Captain Janeway, those are my two captains right there.
Same thing. I'm not even going to mention this because you don't give a crap.
What about me? Maybe I give a crap.
Do you like Sandlot?
I like the Sandlot.
Apparently there's a prequel getting made.
Is she killing me, Smalls? No, I don't know. Alright, continue.
Alright. 24 is getting a prequel series. Like,
Can we both say it? Can we both say
Jack
it?
Bauer prequel.
I don't care. I watched
See
the
those
first 2
t-shirts on
seasons.
T-Fury.
I watched the first 2 seasons
of
of 24. They were okay.
I watched.
We watched all of 24, didn't we?
I watched whatever that first run was.
That's what I mean. I was addicted to 24 when it was on.
I lost interest
with Jack Bauer. With Jack Bauer.
Okay.
I liked it, but it wasn't like a huge thing for me.
I lost interest when
watched it
Jack
all.
Bauer, when his daughter was being attacked by a tiger in the woods. Then I lost
Cougar.
interest. Cougar.
Line.
Sorry,
Line.
Cougar.
Get it straight.
But,
I'm like, really? This happens within the one day?
It's
I
so
don't care.
stupid.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like it's really you got like really guys like we really got to stretch this out just like the Die Hard thing. Come up with new franchises for people.
What season would it be if it was 24? Like a new 24 season?
Well, so what happened is they rebooted it a couple of years ago with like just another kid who's in a different police precinct.
Okay.
And then that didn't go anywhere. And then this would be a whole new thing. This is just him as a younger man. I don't know. It's
So
dumb.
make it a whole new thing.
Or just don't
Call
do
it something
just don't
else.
Do 24.
Yeah, don't call it 24. Call it something else.
Yeah. Call Police Academy.
Call it Police Academy.
Oh, you know what we didn't watch? I watched it. You watched it. But the Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich trailer. We were supposed to react to that.
Oh, I forgot to watch it.
Okay.
I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But the trailer was horribly put together. It's a horrible trailer. Just a terribly cut trailer.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what another company, another director, another whole team is going to do with Puppet Master. Because
Budget.
A Puppet Master movie with a budget and not just shot in like
This room.
a location. And have it
Not starring Corey Feldman.
Yeah. That one I don't mind. compared to the ones that are after it. But like actually have like legit actors in it and like I don't know. I'm excited to see what somebody else is going to do with Puppet Master, because the last 2 Puppet Master movies,
I haven't even
Last
watched
3.
them.
They're abysmal
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. Abysmal. Terrible. Boring.
yeah. But
Waste of fucking time.
the last one is it. I can't watch. It actually turned me off from like all full moon movies. If this is the same direction,
Well, this
they're
is
going to keep
different. No,
going.
but this will be different. So
Yes.
it's got good actors.
It's,
It seems.
by the company that just rebooted Fangoria.
Okay.
Magazine.
Cinestate.
Yeah.
Fangoria magazine is coming back. Cinestate is their.
So did that guy that we
company-
met in
That's Phil.
Pittsburgh?
I mean, he's the editor-in-chief of Fangoria. He's the new.
But he had nothing to do with productions.
Not that I know of. No, it's
Okay.
the company that he works for. The group that he works for, Cinestate.
Okay.
They're also redoing Castle Freak.
Are they?
Really?
Yeah.
What did they? How are they doing these?
They're
Like,
just
how are they getting
getting
full
the
moon?
license from Full Moon?
Are,
I mean,
like
that's
Charles
all
is
it
just like
Because Charles needs
Charles
money.
is executive producer of the Puppet Master.
Well, what about?
Don't you think
subspecies?
it's like?
Tell me about it.
Don't you think he needs money, so he's licensing out?
Probably.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
he could
So
like,
he can make more shit.
and then they just slap
More-
his
more
name.
garbage. Yes.
So if we see a subspecies reboot,
I still love Full Moon.
Listen, we're gonna do our own Full Moon thing at some point, and I'll talk about it then.
okay.
Have the Empire book and the
Full
Full
Moon
Moon
is-
books. And
Full moon.
it means a lot to these guys right here.
Me. Yeah.
And
these
me.
two.
And me. These two.
These two
These
right
4.
I mean, I like full moon. I'm not.
You like a. Yeah,
I like a
you
little
few,
bit.
but
I'm
you're
not a ginger
you're not
dead.
me.
I like a lot more.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
We also watched the trailer for the Venom.
The Venom?
The Venom.
That's what they did. They call it the Venom now, because it's not really a Venom
Like
movie,
the Predator?
because there's no Spider-Man in it.
The Venom.
It's the Venom. What did you think of the Venom?
I think it looks like Venom from the comics, and that's awesome.
Mostly.
Honestly,
I'm not excited to see it, but I'm gonna
yeah,
see it.
I have zero excitement for this movie. I will see it.
It looks like some cool stuff happens.
Luckily, I work at a theater, so I will see that.
You'll see it for free.
I will see it for free.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for it because it just doesn't look good to me. And that's just from a trailer. And I'm usually not like that. I always give it the benefit of the doubt. And it could be great. But from the trailer
3
alone,
trailers.
Yes, from
3
everything
trailers.
everything I've seen so far.
Yes.
I don't think looks good. But it could be great. I could be totally entertained coming out of that movie. I mean, I do know that Peter Parker does show up. I do know that for a fact.
That Peter Parker does, not
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. But Tom Holland does.
Yes,
He
I know
is in
that.
the movie.
That's cool. I like hearing that.
And you could see that one of the symbiotes was for Shriek, and I do like that character. Like
And I'm
that
sure we'll
yellow,
see
black
Carnage.
one. I'm sure post-credit sequence will have
Carnage.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
100% that will happen.
Like when
yeah.
Eddie Brock goes to jail and leaves a little behind.
Yeah, I think there is
Is
no
Cletus
possible
Cassidy.
way we will not see some hint of Carnage.
Yeah.
And then Carnage will be a straight up horror movie
So it
because
could be.
that
this
guy
could
kills
change it.
everybody in his path.
This is supposed to be rated R.
Yeah.
This movie.
Venom
They haven't
is?
rated,
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't rated
Well, it looked like a horror movie, and like
it. I mean, if he actually does,
that's what I mean. A lot of
bad
Venom
guys,
stuff is
like if that actually happens, that's the one. Like when he was talking to those guys and saying, "I'm gonna eat your bones" and blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's what Venom does.
That's so Venom.
yeah, and always speaking in the we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
I
fine. But
I like all that.
Just,
You know.
They make some bad trailers,
Yeah,
and maybe they just don't want to give away anything.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not excited, and that's probably the best way to go into it.
I
Zero
think-
expectations, and then you could be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going into it.
Yeah.
I didn't think that last trailer looked that bad, but I'm not excited to see it. But I'm going to see it.
And we're all Spider-Man fans.
Oh,
just so
yes,
you
we are
guys know,
Spider-Man.
we are all
We are
fans.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. We're
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is my favorite. Spider-Man and Silver Surfer. Spider-Man is my favorite hero from Earth. Silver Surfer is my favorite cosmic hero.
But he is also from
Thor.
Is your favorite hero from Asgard?
Yeah.
Spider-Man's my favorite hero from Forest Hills.
What about your trailer for The Predator? The trailer.
I wish they would just call it something else. I hate that.
What?
The Predator.
I don't care what it's called.
Yeah.
Well,
It
then
could be called Pussy
in other
the movie,
countries,
and
the
I'd
word
still wanna
"the"
see
doesn't
it.
exist, so it's just called Predator in other countries.
Well, who cares?
Yeah, but
It's a new Predator.
it's like Halloween. It's like it's Halloween. Cool.
Halloween.
What's wrong with Halloween Returns? You know, just I don't know. Just
You're mad that it's called Halloween?
it's just the third movie called Halloween.
so.
It's just weird. Every 10 years they're just
And
gonna
that's
call
why
it
you'll
just
hate it.
Halloween.
You'll go to the movie.
No.
And you'll be like, oh,
No,
it's
no,
called Halloween.
no. I have a feeling
You know, everything was great in the movie, but the title, I'm
Title
not
just-
gonna own it.
gets under my skin.
How could I put it in a list on my shelf with a bunch of
Well,
Halloween
he will
next to each other?
because he's a completionist.
Oh my
so he
God.
has to
I'm a
own it.
completion. I gotta.
I own Blade 3. We all do.
I
And
don't.
it's horrible. You did though.
Well,
I have a part of my
when the
trilogy
DVD first
pack.
came
Yeah.
out.
I have the trilogy pack.
I have
so
I have the
the Blu-ray.
No, I do. I think I have the DVD only.
Oh, I have the Blu-ray trilogy
Yeah.
pack.
Anywho, Predator. What did you think?
Listen,
I thought it was cool.
I don't particularly think the trailers are good either.
Yeah.
But I think it's a Predator movie.
We just
Oh,
want to
so
see
it's-
him.
So is AVP Requiem.
Well, that was terrible.
And it was.
I want to see what that Predator's gonna do. If you've seen the trailer, when they have him in the lab.
The
He's
Uber
like-
Predator?
Yeah, I want to see those.
So
scenes.
anyway,
Okay.
it's gonna be fun. I think
It's gonna be
It's a
fun.
Predator movie.
I'm very excited.
You know, with Shane Black and Fred Decker.
Like these two.
Black and Decker.
How can you go wrong? Yes, how can you go wrong?
There is going to be little leeches going into
I
turning
wish.
people into zombies.
So I think the most you can expect from this movie is to be entertained. I think you'll be entertained.
I think these trailers are absolutely not doing this movie justice.
No, I think
I think we're not seeing anything
Yeah.
from this movie.
Will we like the Predator more than the Venom?
For sure. And
I
we'll
sure-
probably
I
like
thought
it
so,
more
yes.
than
I
the
think so.
Predators
The
as well.
Predators.
I would be
Even though I
shocked.
like the Predators.
I like Predators.
Yeah, I like Predators.
That's a good
That's
movie.
time.
So we'll see. I mean, I will be there. Yeah. I want to see.
We'll be there opening night.
the
though.
Thursday night that it
Yes.
opens. Yes, I will.
When is that?
September 13th. It would be Thursday, September 13th.
I'll be at work.
I won't be there.
I'll be seeing it Saturday morning.
I will definitely go Thursday.
Saturday morning is usually the time.
Yeah, no,
I
I
get to see
definitely
this.
want to be there. Last but not least, episode 9 started filming.
I know.
No,
How
there was
excited
another
are you?
one in there too. I liked Aquaman trailer. That looked
Yeah, whatever. I didn't write that
That's
down.
fine.
You said you liked it. It was. I think we talked about
Ooh,
it.
he did.
Yeah. No, you did like it.
Yeah,
the
he
Aquaman
just said.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, Godzilla trailer. That was awesome.
Godzilla was my favorite.
Godzilla is my
Godzilla
favorite.
was my
of all.
favorite trailer out of all those trailers, for sure.
And Shazam looks pretty fun.
Shazam was great. Shazam was my second favorite.
We're on the same boat right here. I don't know what boat that is.
The Godzilla trailer, I did watch it a couple more times. And I got goosebumps every single time that I watched it, seeing
I love it.
those kaiju. Especially when you see Mothra
Mothra.
unfurl. So, like, because I hated that
Majestic.
first movie, I'm really just tempering all
Did you like Kong?
expectations.
Skull Island?
I loved Kong
Kong.
Skull. And I
Here's
watched it
the thing.
again,
I loved it
and I
too.
loved it
I don't
even more.
understand though. Like it's two different directors.
I know.
One that
I
likes
know.
to hide shit. One that lays it all out on the fucking table.
Right.
Who is still basically a kid inside.
You know, I'm not, you
Michael-
know, I'm going to,
Michael Dougherty.
yes.
And for him to say these aren't all the monsters in the movie.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like this is gonna be a monster movie.
But
It's
are you
Michael
excited
Dougherty.
about the trailer, or are you excited about the idea
But I
of what
love
you're
the
getting
trailer.
into?
I love the trailer
Love the
because
trailer.
the trailer felt like Godzilla to me. The music.
Yes.
People were complaining about the music, but like if you watch Godzilla movies,
Who complained
that
about
type,
the music?
That type of music
It's all in every
are
Godzilla
in Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Like that melancholy, beautiful,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
weird. It's a weird setting. It's a weird tone.
Otherworldly.
Yes, for those movies, and it was perfect. Perfect. Like I just
And
was
the
like-
actors in the movie are Vera Farmiga and
Even though I
Yeah,
have a
Millie Bobby
bone
Brown.
crushing, crush on her.
she's just
Vera Farmiga, not
yeah. Oh
small
yeah, that
child.
would be a little
just to
weird.
just to clarify.
You're fired.
I know.
You're fired.
It's
You're
been
fired
a
from the
fun show. But you know, I don't care about the humans. No one should care about the humans in a Godzilla movie. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
it does not matter.
But like,
Yeah, but great
you're gonna
actors
get it.
like that, you're gonna care about those.
I won't care. I want Godzilla punching something,
That's all
taking
really
something by
matters.
the head and breathing fire in its face until it dies. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, you're not. Come on, you're not going to see the people.
No,
You
no,
are
no.
not
I am
going
going to
to
go
see
see
it.
monsters and stuff.
It wouldn't matter
But
if it
the
was
fact that those actors are
Gerard
in it,
Depardieu, Leonardo DiCaprio, Hugh Jack. It wouldn't matter if it was the best Oscar-winning cast of all time. I don't care
Yeah.
because
Well-
it's Godzilla.
We're going to see Godzilla.
it's true, but the
Not
boat.
Godzilla versus Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, it's Godzilla versus a giant effing monster.
But
that
the bonus-
it like takes its heads off and bashes them together.
This
Its
is true.
Ghidorah like bites its face. Oh my gosh.
I know, but I'm just saying that the bonus, if there's some actors that I really like that are
like
thrown in
Matthew Broderick and Hank Azaria.
Because that really helped.
Yeah, it really did help.
brought it
Really-
all together.
yes.
Then Jeff Goldblum showed up for no reason.
Did Goldblum
No,
show
but
up in
I'm
that
just-
movie? Okay.
So episode 9 started filming.
Yes.
Okay.
What do we want to see in this movie? This is the next
A
half
wrap-up.
hour
I
of
mean-
our podcast.
A good wrap up.
What do you? It doesn't
to-
matter.
Well, it matters. You want it.
Definitely, man.
You
No,
want
but
to
I
wrap
mean,
up
like,
everything that's.
Yeah, we can talk about
good
anything
about
that-
this
Anything
movie.
that
I'm
we
just
want
saying.
is not going to be in the movie.
Okay, so let me
So-
ask specific. Will
A happy ending.
JJ retcon Luke being dead?
No.
No, he's going to be a
Absolutely
Force
not.
ghost.
He's
Will
gonna be Force
JJ give Rey parents?
He might.
He might.
He might.
You think so?
And it'll
He
be
might.
Han and Leia, and their brother
No,
and sister.
I don't think it'll be Han and Leia.
Will it be Obi-Wan?
No.
Will we see Obi-Wan as a Force ghost?
We could.
Will we
could.
see Hayden as a Force ghost?
He could pull out all the stops as far as the Force ghosts are concerned. We
There's
could
a whole
see like.
Force ghost dance party.
I mean, no, I'm serious. We really could see like. The dead Jedi. You know what I mean?
Qui-Gon?
We really-
You think,
We
you think
could.
what's his name? Liam Neeson
We
shows
could.
up?
I think Lando built BB-8. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
Get off.
I wouldn't put it past
Go
him. 100. I don't think he's retconning a lot of what Rian Johnson did.
Yeah.
I really don't. But I think he's going to make this last movie
Fun.
fun, like
Yeah.
super fucking fun.
It will be the
Like,
Return of the Jedi of this
yes,
of the series.
Yes, I think he's really gonna be like,
Or the solo of the series.
Oh, he's like,
Which
oh
is
great
very
guys,
fun.
like, you got that solemn.
Well, that's another great thing. We all like Solo, right?
Oh yeah,
Love Solo.
Yeah.
We all love Solo.
Cannot wait
It
to
was
own
so
it.
much fun.
Giddy up.
I just because JJ is that.
He's gonna go
You know
out
what
with
I
a
mean?
bang. You know, just
He is, like it or not, he is a
Mini
Spielberg.
Yeah,
he's a
mini
Spielberg protege,
Yeah.
and he's going to give you some sort of
Adventure, fun.
like kick-ass
Yeah.
ending.
he's gonna tie it up as best as JJ can do it.
Yeah,
He's gonna.
and I think all around, I think everyone is going to be pleased with it. All the people who hated the Last
and
Jedi.
I people keep asking me like how I feel about it and everything, and
About The Last Jedi?
well, yeah, about or just this new sequel trilogy. And I'm just like I just can't really fully comment on it. I know what I don't like, but I can't fully commit to those opinions until I see what they do in the next movie, and then watch them all. 7, 8, and 9 as
Well,
a
I'll
whole
go
trilogy.
see 7, 8. Or, like, I'll watch 7 and 8 at home before I go and see 9.
Well, that's
for sure.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
But I feel like, is there a possibility that 9 will make up for 8? So that when you watch it all together, you go, oh,
I think
that's why
I think
Rian Johnson
yes.
did this, and he's not a
Oh,
bad guy.
And JJ is gonna listen to
I
every
don't think
word.
Ryan's a bad guy.
No, we don't, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
the fucking collective nerds.
the split.
Well,
of
it's
fans.
split, really.
But like, I think JJ will listen to all the dialogue that maybe even he didn't agree with, and figure out a way to have everything make sense for what happens in Part 9, and have it all mesh very well together. You might not agree with it in the
Yeah.
very end of it, but
Will
whatever.
Kylo and Rey get together?
No matter what, I just
No.
don't want to hear about the Skywalker family anymore.
You think this is it?
Well, I think I commented on the page at one point. I'm like, you need to and you've said it too. Just
it's time to get away.
Get away from this part of the story.
It's too constricting.
I always say, I'm like, go 1,000 years in the past, or 1,000 years in the future, or some other part. Like I would love, and I know a lot of fans because I've listened to all these podcasts, and almost 100% of people want to know the Knights of the Old Republic type story.
For sure.
And I say, go back there, make a trilogy, like a Lord of the Rings type trilogy.
Yes.
Of Knights of the Old Republic.
Sith, Jedi. Oh my God, how amazing would that be?
to watch a sea of blue, green, and red lightsabers battling, and then have it all lead up to, destroying the Sith. What happens at
honestly,
and then have it just be the rule of two in the very end.
It could be a lot like He-Man, to be honest with you.
He-Man.
It could really be like these two kingdoms. And this whole swords, getting the sword, discovering the sword, and having creatures that they ride. I mean, there's creatures all over Star Wars.
Yes.
It could really be a high fantasy movie.
Yeah, they need to do
with
that.
lightsabers. That's it.
It could be Lord of the Rings.
I think 9 stories about the Skywalkers
We're
good
good
enough.
We're good.
It's good enough.
It's not like they're done. There's books, there's comics, there's video games. They're not going to stop the Skywalkers, but
they keep
for the movie world,
getting in there, and
for the movie world, I think
get out of that era.
I think the fans are
from
good.
episode 1 to episode 9. Let's get out of that area.
I do want to see in some form between.
I know we want a movie.
I definitely.
He's my favorite character. Of course, I would.
No, I want to see that,
too,
but I do want to see 6 and 7. What the fudge happened with Luke? I do want that.
In my canon.
But I mean, I don't have to see it in a movie, but I do want to know about it.
I make my own canon. In my canon, he finds other Jedi, starts with them, rebuild society. We're good, happy end.
That's why he doesn't like 7.
Yeah, just
what? Their story continues, and it's sad.
No, I like a lot of 7. I like a lot of 7, but.
7 is
30 years.
Is 7 better than
rebuild.
episodes 1, 2, and 3?
We're not getting into that.
7 is better than 1, 2, and 3.
Well, we know that.
To you guys, but that's
fact.
Anyway,
you're allowed to be wrong.
Episode 9.
This is what I'll say.
Say it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I am 100% excited. Last Jedi didn't take any excitement away from Star Wars.
Yes.
Because as much as I was flummoxed by The Last Jedi, as far as throwing me for a loop,
Yeah.
I knew, we've got episode 9, we still have another movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here we go.
I wonder if we are the same fans from 40 years ago that saw Empire Strikes Back.
We are.
I mean, really.
What do
I
you
wonder
mean?
if
What do you
we
mean?
were able to look back and see what people thought when they left that time and were like, oh my God, he's a father, he cut off his hand, this is not what I expected. I wonder if
had to
we're
wait
the
3
exact
years
same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's similar situation.
And then for us,
but people are just a lot angrier now.
right?
So.
No. They just have,
and
they're probably just as angry.
They're already jumping into
get on
whatever
devices.
they do. It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm just.
We're excited that episode 9 started filming. We're excited to see it. It just sucks. It's going to be a long time before. I mean, we won't see a trailer until.
It won't
April.
be that long, but.
Yeah, April 2019. We'll see a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a glimpse of what JJ is doing to close this out.
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting.
Me either.
So.
At least we don't have a movie before then.
Yeah.
Star Wars movie.
Let the anticipation build
get
again,
get that going back, and then Christmas of next year, Star Wars is back,
and then keep it
in
December,
keep it in December
forever.
Give us that anticipatory Christmas movie.
Yes. What was it? Ken on Collider Jedi Council had said because Avatar is going to be coming over, Avatar should be Thanksgiving, Star Wars should say Christmas. I think that's the best situation. Don't put anything near Star Wars.
It's funny that all those guys were saying
Disney owns both.
I know, but I'm saying that's what I mean.
I know. So
put it out.
There's going to be some changes.
Yeah, But Star Wars is bigger than any franchise ever
Yeah.
period. Just period. It is. So it should stay where it's going to make the most money, and December is it. So keep it going.
Spider-Man.
Any closing thoughts?
Oh, we're done?
Yeah, that's it. That's all
I
I
have
got.
plenty to say. No, I'm just kidding.
Bobby Heckman.
Closing thoughts on
Life.
life in general.
Geeky life.
Well, closing thoughts on Star Wars is that I just want to have some moment. All I care about Star Wars movies now is that, like, just give me some moments that make me feel like it's Star Wars to me.
Oh,
Give me those moments, and I'm satisfied. So I already know I'm going to be satisfied by Episode 9 because I know there's going to be moments that are going to make me smile and bring out that Star Wars child in me.
we didn't say the Princess Leia Episode 7 footage is going to be in Episode 9.
We know that.
They know that.
Okay.
They know that.
All right.
They watched Collider before that.
They're using footage from 7, unused footage from 7 of Leia in 9. So
And
that
it's-
she can carry on
I got what you did there, Carrie.
and be in the trilogy as a whole.
Yes. It's footage
Which
of
is
her
good because they
getting
did,
a foot
because, like,
massage.
they don't
but,
need to kill off every character from the old guard.
No,
You know?
no.
Chewie's going to accidentally shoot
And we're getting
in the head.
Lando, which is fun.
Thank the maker.
You know? So,
Why wasn't Lando the guy who ran the casino in Last Jedi? It's such a easy idea right there. It's like, it's right there. But I know. You had to,
I know. Why does Adam Akbar
Yep.
die off screen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. You had to trick us. You had to trick us. Eh?
Um,
You had to make bold moves. Like that. Okay. Sorry.
so this is it. That's it. So find us on the rest of the network by hitting subscribe.
and you're
There's
going to
2 other
find me
shows.
on the couch pretty soon because I am beat.
This guy's.
I'm sure you saw
done.
my enthusiastic display on this episode.
very bubbly. We did hit 300 subscribers, and we are
What
gonna
do I win?
do send out a mystery box. But at 350, we'll also be sending beard shavings and
Beard shaving?
toiletries that we stole from hotels.
Yeah, get us the 350 and
Who
you're going to
got-
get a nice surprise.
Who got
Brian
the Halloween
Short.
poster?
Oh,
that
there
was
was Hesse.
Doc, was it?
Was it Darknesses or David Hesse?
No, it was David Hess.
Hesse!
The guy from Last House on the Left?
Mm-hmm.
David Hess.
Okay. Right.
Hess truck salesman. So he was there. No, he did. Yeah,
And then
thank
Brian
you.
Short won the mystery box.
So in the way that you guys win is not only subscribe but
Comment.
leave comments.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Tell us to us.
How did you guys get Steve Martin on this episode?
Martin Steve.
Yeah. Haven't I seen all of his films?
So tell me about this Smallville.
All right, that's it. It's been Gourmet Scum. This is Casey. Bye.
I gotta go.